Okay, now we're going to get into the textbook and the chapters there. We will be probably reading most of them. A couple we may not use. But right now, we're going to talk about the story of journalism, where it came from, the important changes, the important moments. There's a couple of moments in journalism that we're going to talk about later, the Kennedy assassination and the Watergate probe. The Kennedy assassination is important because it really changed where people went for their news. Up until that point, it was mostly newspapers, but television really did push its way forward on this day and our group of days where the president was shot and killed, and television really took over. And then we will also talk about Watergate and the investigations that resulted from the burglary of the Watergate Hotel, how the Washington Post really drove this story, continued to investigate when a lot of people wanted to push it aside. And in the end, it resulted in the resignation of a president, which has never really happened before. So those are later on. For now, I just want you to read the material in this chapter, and I want you to think about a couple of things. One is what kind of myths and realities did you come away with? Things that you thought were true that you read here and found to be untrue, or things you never realized went on with journalists that were pointed out in this book. So that's one discussion group you're going to have going. And then the other one is, how did we get to this point? How did journalism get to be less reliable and less trusted than used car salesmen? We are taking quite a beating over the last few months during the election campaign in particular. And this, I would just be interested in your thoughts of how do you think we got there? What can we do to turn it around? What are we up against? Um, in the discussion groups, you post one point. I'd like something more than just a sentence, maybe a paragraph of your thoughts on that issue, and then I want you to reply to posts by two other people in the class. That's for both assignments, for both the myths and realities, and how did we get here, or where are we headed? So just do those two assignments. There's lots of reading material here for you. There's one video, or there might be two videos. So just take a look around. You got a week to work on it. So have a good time and enjoy it, and kind of learn a little bit about what this craft is. Thanks. We'll talk to you next week.